Well, here we are, back in Vietnam. Bloody enemy. They've been busy. So yeah, I've actually done a surprising amount of work over the last 2 weeks. I mean, you know, it wasn't too far back in time where I would have done quite a lot anyway, but it's a surprising amount compared to some of the output. This was at the beginning of the previous video, and was just basically the stumps marking out where everything was going to go. It's just a simple market area, nothing fancy. And then, well, yeah, there's no way to kind of hide this while I show everything else, but as you can see, I've been busy. So obviously this has gone up all the way now and finished-ish. There are some locations, and a lot of lighting needs to be done. There are a number of dark locations in here. Some of it's not too bad. I think the main floors are okay. I think there's an upper area that's going to need some work. I got a bit fancy with the roof. It was a bit bland otherwise. It still needs some external work as well, actually. There's some support work underneath, and some of the walkways need some support. Lighting underneath as well. Also just pure decorative work on the outside that I usually do for the stone works. You know, this sort of thing. It needs to be done. Although I'm not really sure where, and I'm obviously stuck in some decorative flower boxes here. So yeah, not too sure. And I still actually don't know what this building is. I know I've said that for the last like 3 weeks. It could just be an apartment block, just very well decorated and kept. I don't know. This will wait until I get to the middle section. Although I think I need to do this as well. I've obviously marked out this bit, but we'll get to that in a second. So after doing the bulk of this, I moved on to this, which is just a straight up set of apartments. It's obviously quite fancy. You can technically ride straight through, but there is also a side road. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be this wide, but in the end I was just like, sod it, and just widened it to be a proper thickness. This is definitely just for walking. And then I've got some markings for buildings over here, which will be done last. After doing this, I just went backwards then, and began what's over here, just working the way around. There's going to need to be stuff here as well. But got a series of individual houses with a distinct kind of short mushroom look, I think is what I'm really going for. I use these kind of round houses in swamps. A couple of other locations, but usually a swamp. Doesn't make any sense what's it doing there. And then this is like a full-on integration. Integrated building. There's multiple separate apartments, but they've all got interconnections on the upper floor. Looks like I didn't finish putting any of this in. I ran into some question marks as I went around. Somehow managed to not do all of it. I went through lighting it yesterday, somehow managed to miss this. It's not even lit. None of it is. Okay, so I've definitely got the ground floor, that's good. I think it's a separate room. I think that's what threw me. It may not be connected upstairs. Looks like it is. Huh. It looks like I missed an entire area while I was lighting this up. Strange. Let's get the lighting done. The ladder's done. Did I light up the rest of it? I think I didn't light that up properly. So I went past at least two. Okay, here's another one. Put the lights in. So, yeah. Doing that, should have left that until afterwards. But yeah, that's basically how this all goes, all interconnected with the lower ground floor stuff, and then the upper floors having multiple points where they crisscross and interconnect. It's a standard building pattern that I've used for settlements. Basically the idea that if they get caught by a zombie attack, they can retreat to the other floors and still move around fairly easily. So yeah, done on that. I didn't think about it, probably do some support underneath this. But yeah, I'm fairly pleased with it. Still ongoing. I ran into some difficulty about how to actually cross-connect these. I could just bring the path straight across and around, rather than diagonal. It does give me more space, but I don't think it really matters. But this looks like a good point to cut the review. I've obviously got some markings for things, as you saw. So it's just going to be a case of get all that done and then I'll move on and deal with this last section and the fact that there's a bloody great jungle in the way.